the voice that you speak with has a lot to do with how you develop as a person and as a man specifically.
What does it affect? Virility?
Your department down below.
Oh.
Regarding the voice, yes, there is actually a more advanced thing, but I think you would benefit from knowing it. So every person has their real voice and their mask voice. So two different voices. And the majority of people talk with their mask voice. And the mask voice represents your ego personality and whatever do's and don'ts and shoulds and shouldn'ts you've collected over your life. And it also represents the limitations that you've imposed on yourself. And the voice that you speak with has a lot to do with how you develop as a person and as a man specifically. And so it's not about sounding loud and confident in human terms. It's about getting closer to the actual voice of the true you. And most people speaking with the mask voice, they're using their throat instead of their diaphragm. And it's really bad for men specifically because according to many Eastern traditions, if you speak too high pitched and too in your throat, it actually affects virility. So you don't.
What does it affect? Virility?
Your department down below.
Oh, okay. You can't get hard.
You may get weaker in that department over time through that voice.
Huh. Okay.
So yeah, it's been a huge thing in Oriental teachings. So I think they had enough time to discover what they were talking about. So to illustrate what I'm talking about, see, I'm talking about right now in a voice that is closer to my actual voice. But most people would be talking like this. And when someone is talking like this, it's impossible to listen to. But I'm obviously exaggerating. But if you even listen to yourself, you will notice that your voice is quite a bit higher pitched than it should be, really, ideally, for your type of a body and your person. So how you do it? You first start from the highest possible pitch that you can possibly reach with your voice, and just remember it. Or, you can record it if you like, but it's enough if you remember it in your head. And then go to the lowest possible pitch, like go as low as you possibly can. Again, remember that, okay? So that is your vocal range. Now, your true voice will be in the middle. And one of the easiest ways of discovering it is you need to do it standing up, though. So I'll try to show you. You place your hand on your chest when doing that exercise, standing up. And the idea is that you have to find a note that is kind of in the middle of these two. So let's say the highest ah and the lowest oh, and then in the middle would be oh. And what do you want to do? You want to keep going oh until you feel a very strong resonance here in your chest. Like we always have some movement here when we speak, but what you're looking for is like super strong, profound resonance. And what can help you with that is imagine that you have lips in the middle of your chest and you're actually speaking through the middle of your chest. So as you speak, your voice doesn't even go into your throat. Your voice goes directly out of your chest, right through your center, through your energy center, through the center of your body. And then as you speak, you actually send out this kind of frequency. And what will happen is if you train yourself to do that, and the easiest way to train is to start with affirmations, because you don't want to keep thinking about your voice and keep thinking about what to say. So find an affirmation that you really like. Again, this book can help you with ideas for really powerful affirmations. So start with the affirmation that you like, and then repeat it in your true voice. And what you will notice is that after a while, your mask voice, you actually start to disliking it. And you're like, it just doesn't sound right. It's not me. It doesn't represent me. And why it's so important? If you are speaking in your true voice, you will then send the vibrations of your true self, both the energy and the sound, throughout your body and around you as you speak. Now, this has a very healing and empowering effect on both you and the people that you're talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So I would recommend that on your journey.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds interesting. A lot of the stuff is in the voice. It's very true. Like you can definitely see where somebody is at somewhat within the voice. I don't know how you experience that. I've kind of always had that. I can always tell if a guy is very good with girls by the way he talks. Like you can see it, right? You can see it 100%. Like with some dating coaches, like you kind of see like, okay, who does actually know what they're talking about and who not. Like I recently had a call with a dating coach who's from Berlin. And I was like just on the call, I was like, oh, okay, like this guy knows what he's doing. And like on the call, he was like in a coffee shop. He went to, he paused the call to approach some girl. It was hilarious. Right? It was really hilarious. So yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff in the voice that you can really see there.
You can easily seduce someone with just your voice.
Or even with, well, I've heard of people that can do it without speaking, like just with pure energy.
Yeah, of course. That is part of your journey as well, ultimately, to be able to influence someone without speaking. This ability is called mental induction. I always teach my students, well, firstly, to protect yourself against the mental induction of others, and then eventually how to cast it yourself.